Opinion on milk. What kind of milk? You need to be more explicit. Because I don't like cow's milk. I think cow's milk is terrible. And I have very, very similar thoughts on cow's milk the way that I do with pets. Full cream. Okay. I just don't like it. This is the thing. Okay, I say I don't like it, but like I do enjoy things that are made with milk, like I don't know, cheese and different cakes and whatever. And if milk is an ingredient in it, like obviously you don't really taste the milk. Like that doesn't make sense. Like you don't taste the milk in those things. So in that case, sure, I like milk. Although I wouldn't count that as enjoying milk. If we're going off of like milk by itself, I don't like it. And if we're gonna relate this back to the pets thing, right? Who in their right mind of our ancestors thought it was a good idea to walk up to a cow and start squeezing quite literally its tits, because udders are just the tits, right? Cows are female. All cows are female. The ones that produce milk. And the bull is the male. So like, I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I don't know who did, and that's a reason why people are still lactose intolerant, because people are lactose intolerant because humans aren't actually able to process the milk that you get from cows. But some dumb idiots from the medieval times thought, you know, I'm gonna try and drink this, and threw up a couple times, and then went, you know, I'm gonna keep drinking this just because I can. And then obviously some people were able to digest it, other people can't still. So I think it doesn't make sense that people are drinking milk. And there's plenty of alternatives, right? There's plenty of alternatives. Like there's almond milk. I really like almond milk. It's my favorite. And soy milk is absolutely gross. That's for sure. But almond milk is nice. And a lot of the milk made from nuts is just good. There's just better alternatives, really. If I can order things without cow's milk, then I always do. What about mommy milkers? Okay, thank you. Okay, buddy. So that means the earth is flat. Yeah, dude. Me not enjoying milk, therefore the earth is flat. Dude, what a conclusion, my friend. That is quite the conclusion. Soy milk is a nightmare. True. Very true. I hate soy milk. It has a really weird, like, tangy flavor to it, and it's just bad. It's just bad. You think you hadn't eaten cereal in months? I've had cereal pretty recently, but I just have that with almond milk. Oh, with cum.
What?
I'm joking. It tastes warm even when it's cold. That is soy milk in a nutshell, bro. It's grim. What do I usually have for breakfast? See, this is a problem, right? I don't eat, like, at all. Half the time. What does that mean? I basically skip it, but I don't skip it. Because I'm on holidays, right? I sleep a lot. When I mean I sleep a lot, I sleep until 12 p.m. consistently. It's not very good, but it is good, because I get like 10 hours of sleep every single day, and I sleep in a lot, right? And because I wake up at 12, breakfast kind of already happened, so I can't really eat breakfast at 12. It's more of a lunch, right? So I just eat lunch instead. And that can be anything. It can be a pizza, it can be rice, it can be a pasta, it can be something else that's good. Like, that's just what I do. I don't really eat breakfast. But on a school day, right? Like, I don't normally get time to eat breakfast because I wake up so late. Like, I like to sleep, okay? I like sleeping. Sleeping is great. I love sleeping. So, I just don't eat a breakfast. But when I can, and when I do, I eat cereal. Because it's just quick, it's easy, it works. But yeah, I don't really eat anything in particular for breakfast. There was a period of time, right, where my mom was buying like these shakes. She was buying like these not protein shakes, but like these like sustenance, is that the right word? They're like shakes that have nutrients and stuff in them, and they were a very good substitute for a breakfast because they were quick, they were easy, and they taste good. And I was drinking them for months, but like we don't buy them anymore. I used to have that every single day for like 2-3 months. It was crazy. I think they were originally designed for weight loss. Also, I'm not fat. Someone asked if I was fat. I am like the skinniest person alive. If I suck my tummy in, right? If I suck my tummy in without, like, with my shirt up, you can see my heartbeat through my skin. I'm not joking. You can see my skin moving. That's how thin I am, bro. Aussie stick. Yes, Australian stick. But yeah, very skinny. And pretty fit as well, because I do parkour and stuff. Well, I mean, I say I do, but I haven't gone in a while. Mainly because of COVID screwing things over, and because I was sick for a while and I couldn't go to any of those classes. But yeah, I don't really eat much breakfast, really. I just eat lunch and dinner instead. It's weird. I have a weird schedule, bro. And I sleep a lot, because sleeping is amazing. Parkour YouTube video. No, I would watch that, dude. I'm not even that good, man. Like, this is the thing. People have a very weird mindset on what parkour is as well. Parkour is not running around the city, jumping and doing flips, right? Parkour, in essence, is point A to point B as efficiently and effectively as possible. So if that means to do a bunch of flips on the way, then you do a bunch of flips on the way. But like 99.99% of the times, there is never a need to be doing flips. So you just don't, because that's not getting from point A to point B efficiently and effectively, right? But there's different skills that you would do instead. What do I do parkour? So I used to do it out in the city, right? With a group. And I also did it in an indoor gym, but I don't do it at the city anymore because they were doing it very infrequently. It wasn't once a week anymore. It was like a once a month thing. And it was also clashing with my streams and stuff, and I didn't want to like have to adjust my stream schedules and whatever, and it was just bad. So yeah, I just do it in an indoor gym now. But anyway, we move. Yeah, what do you guys think of the new change that they've added? One change that I want to discuss a little bit more, which I've seen a lot of people have been upset about. They made a ton of changes to all the bosses and how they take damage. What do you guys think of that? You love the drag fix, so the one that doesn't let you one-tap them. It makes it more fair for stable nods. That's what I think, right? Because ultimately, the way that I've seen it, right, it's like, okay, you have insane gear. Let's just use my example, I guess. I have 4 bones, 3/4 Necron Tara helm, or Crown of Greed. I have pretty solid gear, and I was able to like consistently get tens of millions of damage. I'm not even that skilled. I know people who could get hundreds of millions and billions of damage, of ghost damage, or people who would just one-tap the dragon. Like they would shoot like a couple of arrows with a Venom's touch, and it would just insta-die, or with a magma bow. But I feel like capping the damage now just makes it so that you're still going to be able to do a lot of damage, right? If your arrows are doing 12 million damage a hit and one-tapping the dragon, not ghost damage, like actual 12 million damage, and you're able to one-shot the dragon. Now that they've capped it, right, you're still going to be reaching maximum damage on every single arrow, like the maximum possible, which I think they capped it to about 120k or something. So every single shot is still going to be at its maximum potential, but it's just not going to be one-tap capability. So you're still going to get first place as long as you can hit your shots and not miss them, basically. That's really all it. But it's harder, so you might not be first. Yeah, but before it was a game of luck. Before it was just a pure game. It was who could hit their shots the quickest. Whoever landed their arrows first got the kill and got the first place victory. That's literally how it was before. And now they've added some fixes to it. It's like now people who've never seen a dragon fight before and walk into the end for the first time and go, yeah, I can do a dragon. They don't have to see the dragon spawn and then it just instantly just dies and they go, oh, where was the dragon, right? And now people can actually have a chance, you know? Also ping factor as well. Yeah, I feel like it just made it super unfair for the most stacked people that existed. And one argument that I heard in particular from Thank You is that he says, oh no, but you earned it, right? If you've been playing the game for long enough to be able to one-tap dragons and whatnot, you've earned it. And it's like, in essence, yes, but you should never, in my opinion, be able to earn the ability to one-shot on anything, because one-shotting is just not fair. It's not how games were intended to be played, right? A boss fight is a boss fight, not a farm, not a dragon. I've said it many times. Dragon fights, not dragon farms. Yeah, okay, this game is focused a lot about farming or grinding materials and stuff to get decent at the game, but when it comes to bosses or mobs that are supposed to be difficult, like, they're not meant to be farmed. They're not supposed to be spawn killed the moment they come out of the egg, right? I just think that's pretty ridiculous. You'd rather be doing Tara strat than bone strat. You mean like double jumping in tarantula armor instead of just getting ghost damage with bones? Like, I agree, right? Because getting ghost damage with bones is just absurd. And for the longest time, I was doing Dragon and Tara because it was fun. And I really liked having to double jump and stuff, and you had a proper dragon fight that would last like a minute or two. Not insta-killing them with a good bow. It's not a matter of, oh, do you have 20 ping? And you can one-shot the dragon now. You know, because someone like me who has 300 ping at all times is never going to be able to compete with that. It's not fair. And like I said before, if someone has never even done a dragon before, they're not going to be able to do much damage. They're going to be doing 10, 20k damage a hit, maybe, if they're lucky. Right? That's not going to hurt the people who have insane gear. The people who worked hard for their insane gear will still be doing way more damage than the noobs. But the noobs at least get an experience, and they're able to do something. And like I said, it becomes a dragon fight again, not a dragon farm. Like, you get to have fun with the game. So I kind of like that. I think it was a neat feature. They did the same to magma bosses. I used to do 150k damage. I would two-shot magmas. I could shoot like 1 or 2 bones and it would insta-die. And I've done a couple of magmas since the patch, and now I actually have to like attack it. It's amazing, bro. I actually have to try. Means you can actually do damage to golems. Oh, that's right. They did to golems as well. Yes, that's what they did. That's what they did. They made it viable. They made it possible for people to play against golems now. It's not broken. Golems still get melted, but not as fast. Golems have always been melted, though. Even before, like, all the one-shot metas came around. Like, golems would die pretty quickly. But yeah, they're not gonna die as quickly anymore. I feel like some people just abuse... And the thing as well is with all of these strategies, almost all of them are exploits. That's what I hate about this as well. Something that I've really just dislike about Skyblock is that people just abuse bugs for everything. People sword swap, people use absurd amounts of whatevers to get insane damage. They armor stack, right? Like, I don't understand. People don't play the game legit anymore. Nobody does. Nobody tries to do anything properly. Someone finds a glitch, everyone abuses it, and you can't compete unless you glitch abuse as well. Like I was saying before with bomb defuse. No one does bomb defuse properly. They just use a shadow fury and glitch through, or a bonzo staff and teleport through with lag. No one's done it properly. They had to put obsidian around the edges because people would keep cheesing it. Like, it's not cool. I've never played a game with so many exploits and bugs that take so long to get patched, and also a community that just is always looking to exploit them as well. Like, I've never played a game like that before until I came onto Skyblock, and it's just so weird to me. Because, like, why would you play the game if you don't want to play it properly or grind out everything the way it's supposed to be done, right? People who are like, oh, I don't want to do this or do that because it's grindy, it's gonna take time. Like, Skyblock is a grindy game, right? It's a grindy game. It's meant to be like that. Admins killed lifesteal instead of patching that. Lifesteal needed to be killed. This is what I'm saying, right? These new balances were things that needed to be done, but should have been done months ago, right? Months ago, before people got used to it. Before people got used to it, they should have done that. And people got used to it. Now people are gonna be upset and they have to get used to things, including myself, right? Like when Floor 7 was a thing, the amount of times that I said, I don't like Flight in Floor 7. Because Flight in Floor 7 was just not skill at all. You could just fly around and everything was so easy because everyone just abused it. And the only reason why I used it was because my parties would too. There was no way I could help my team if I wasn't in the air. If I wasn't in the air, there was no way doing it all on the ground. Last year was too strong. Being able to heal up to full HP in 1 health, 1 hit, was not the way the game was meant to be made. I've played many other games in my time, and any game that had lifesteal was never that broken. It was never that good. Because lifesteal's just not meant to be like that. Lifesteal's meant to give you a little bit of healing, but not your entire health bar. It's not meant to make you invincible as long as you're hitting something. That's another thing that they've done, which I'm happy about. And it makes the game difficult, and it makes the game challenging, which is ultimately what I would like from a game like this. So how do you heal then? With healing equipment, right? A Reaper Mask, a Ghoul Pet, a Florid Zombie Sword, right? Healing items, rejuvenate on your armor. Anything that requires healing, anything that has healing. Like, that's how you heal, Leo. That's how the game was meant to be done. That's why those items exist, right? Those items exist in the game so that you can use them, not so you can completely brush over them and just abuse lifesteal instead. Because lifesteal's not meant to be that good. Lifesteal's meant to be an aid to all the other things as well. Anyway, lifesteal was meant to be just another one of those extra healing abilities alongside a Florid Sword, alongside a Ghoul Pet, alongside a Reaper Mask, right? That's what lifesteal was meant to be. I don't know. The only thing that's coming to my mind right now is on Terraria, right? If you guys have played Terraria, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But there's this item in the game called the Vampire Knives, right? The Vampire Knives is a very special item. You unlock it later on in the game if you complete a couple things, and it's a very rare drop to get the key for and all these things, right? But essentially, the Vampire Knives, right? It's like a set of knives that you could throw out, obviously. And the knives would give you lifesteal every time you threw them out. And they had a pretty fast attack speed. I would say you could shoot out like 50 knives in the span of a second, roughly. Oh, maybe a bit more. But it shoot out in like a spray of 5. It was pretty good. Anyway, the point is, right, is that the lifesteal from Vampire Knives in Terraria, the maximum health you can get without buffs or anything is 500 HP. 500 HP is your maximum. Vampire Knives would only ever heal you 5 HP at a time. 5 HP out of 500. But you might think that 5 HP is useless from Vampire Knives, but that would stack up very quickly, right? They were broken, so I nerfed them in the update. Well, was the nerf the 5 HP or what do they do? Because I remember when they were 5 HP per hit. The Vampire Knives, my point is that they wouldn't instantly heal you to full HP. You wouldn't go from 50 health to 500 in a matter of a second. it would take you a very long time to go back from 50 to 500 with just vampire knives, right? And that's the only lifesteal ability that I could think of right now. But in Skyblock, it's like you could one tap, you could get one hit off and you'd be full HP again with everything. All you needed was a Flower of Truth and a Baby Yeti, and as long as you were hitting stuff, you were fine. Which was never supposed to be a thing. And I'm glad they fixed it. I'm very glad they fixed it. Not that OP, but they still nerf it. Yeah, and I could see why, because even them, you could get a couple hits off and you'd be good to go again. You'd have plenty of HP. That's thoughts on balance changes, mainly. I'm happy with all of them. I feel like they fixed everything. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts as well, if you guys have any opinions on that. Oh well. We move. Oh, no way! No way! No way! No way! You're kidding! You're kidding, bro! There's no way I just dropped that. Yo, I just saw that come out of the rim hard. And I was like, I've never seen that drop before. I've never seen this drop before. What is this? What is this?